The Toronto Blue Jays are in the news again, albeit from a more questionable source in Hector Gomez. His, accuracy predicting deals hasn't had the best track record, but let's pretend we live in a world where the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Red Sox haven't signed every single free agent or traded for every single player the Jays have ever been interested in. And let's maybe allow ourselves to believe for 1 second the Blue Jays may actually have a shot at Juan Soto or Shohei Ohtani or, the unbelievable signing both of them. So on paper, Juan Soto not only makes sense for the Jays, makes sense for about every team out there. But for the Jays, a left-handed superstar hitter would complement that lineup perfectly. And with the departure of Kevin Kiermaier, we could slide Dalton Varsho over to center and then stick Juan Soto in left. Literally a perfect fit for the Jays and the move that Ross Atkins has been talking about that he wants to do. And as we mentioned in the last video, Ross Atkins is not one seen in the best of light nowadays. So a move that, potentially could save his job. And one of the biggest reasons to actually potentially make a move for Soto is to actually block him from going to the Yankees. You don't want the Yankees to trade for Soto and then to have to go up against him for, years to come. But can the Jays actually pull this off? So Soto has 1 year left, and his agent is Scott Boras. So the Jays historically don't throw out those massive game-altering deals, and by not doing that, they tend to not be involved with a lot of Scott Boras clients. But you would still guarantee to have them for that 1 year if you make the trade. Do they have the prospects to make the trade? I tend to think other teams can definitely offer better packages, but the big question is, will they? Not only can you play the prospect cost, but are you willing to take the gamble you could actually sign Juan Soto past next year? The Jays have some interesting prospects. Manoah obviously had a down year. Do other teams still view him as an elite prospect, or has he lost a lot of shine? That's something we don't know. And with our number one prospect being Ricky Tiedemann, is he someone who interests them? Is he, an overpay for 1 year? I don't know, but if you look at the Jays prospect list, I'm sure there's some package in there that could get you Soto, but it probably leaves the cupboard pretty bare. So if you trade for Soto, you're going to have to sign him to a massive extension. And if you sign Ohtani in free agency, you're going to have to give him a record deal. So one of the biggest things with either player or both comes down to money. And yes, Rogers is frequently cited as one of the richest owners in sports, but it's not quite that simple. With being a corporation, there's shareholders, there's board of governors, they have multiple divisions. We don't really know how all that shakes out, and can they just write a blank check to, the media / Rogers baseball division? I don't know if we really know how that works, and I don't know if we know how much Sportsnet actually makes for money. Yes, we can see the financial results and look at the Rogers media division, but it's not really broken out to specifically just the Blue Jays. We can see what other teams are making. Like, for example, the Dodgers signed an $8.35 billion cable deal for 25 years. That's a lot of cash. But with the Jays owning their own broadcast company, we don't see those huge contracts announced. But I would imagine internally you can see the impact of what a sold out baseball stadium and increased Rogers subscribers and TV subscriptions has on the bottom line. And by adding one of Soto or Ohtani, you could probably project that those numbers are going to significantly increase. I mean, it's not my money they're spending. Let's be honest. Signing both those players are going to be record deals. If you have the money, don't hesitate. Just go for it. Go for it. Ryu came off the books this year. That cleans up a little bit of money. And then if you sign one of those players, it's likely that Matt Chapman will be signing elsewhere. So you're going to save a little bit of money there. So I really think for one of them especially, they could probably make it work. I think two of them is possible. Pay the luxury tax. If you got a winning team, if you're going to be raising banners to the rafters, the fans will come. And the fans won't be complaining if ticket prices increase a little bit. If they're going to go to the ball game and see a legitimate baseball experience, you're going to see your team pound the snot out of other teams. It will definitely create some excitement around the ballpark. Not to mention all the renovations they're sinking into the Rogers Center and to improve the fan experience. They're obviously investing in this team. They want the fans to have the best experience while they're there. You might as well give them the best product on the field while they're also there. But yes, the Blue Jays love being used as leverage for other teams and by agents and whatnot to drive up contract costs. But from everything we've heard from the onset and going, it sounds like they do want to make a major move. And it sounds like it's not just, hey, we were in the conversation, mission complete. No, I'm starting to get, a little more excited. I'm starting to get a little bit more on board with the fact that maybe they can make one of these happen. And to be honest, the Soto is probably a little more realistic than Ohtani because Ohtani has to choose us, right? With Soto, we just got to offer the best package. If he truly is available and the Padres are going to move him, we just have to offer the best package. And if we do that, then essentially we would get Soto. And Soto would easily become the best player on our team. I think the money you were going to put aside for Ohtani, not that Soto's going to cost that big of numbers, but you're going to see a lot of zeros on that contract. And, if you're going to take the big swing for him, even if you got to overpay, make sure he's on your team for more than 1 year. With Vladdy being on the team and stuff like that, I'm sure Soto would have a good experience in Toronto. The fans will definitely be showing him some love. I don't know. It seems like a really great fit. Pitching wise, the Jays got their top 3 locked in for multiple years. We're in a good spot. They're in a good spot. And Soto literally fits a hole that we currently have on the team. So let's see what you got, Atkins. Let's see what you got.